You are now listening to the Run the Ropes podcast, featuring R-Dub, the Professor, the Hater of Headlocks, This Guy, B. Marie, and LBJ. Episode 1 starts right now.
How's it going? That's a loud noise to start your podcast. This is RTR. We're having a pizza party.
Pizza party!
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, which at this point is probably everyone, because guess what? First episode.
Surprise.
We are Run the Ropes. And we are a social media group, I guess you would say. We're expanding YouTube, gaming, and other social media platforms to talk about our passion of wrestling. Professional wrestling, not backyard wrestling, unless two of you go out here and wrestle anytime.
That can be arranged.
I'll film that.
I'll film that.
We will cover that.
Someone's getting under a table.
And,
What about amateur wrestling?
no.
Because there's not ropes?
Right.
I'm triggered.
You can't run the ropes if there's no ropes.
Yeah.
Triggered.
Apparently, he also doesn't like cage matches because
There's
not
still
always
ropes.
Not always.
Okay.
Yeah.
UFC.
So what if you take the ropes out and put like barbed wire up? Then is it like run the barbed wire?
Run the
I'm not a huge fan of deathmatch wrestling, so
Run the bars.
I'm not running with that.
But there's exploding electrified death match. Or death match.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's death matches with Legos.
And the switch can't stay up in the electrified death match either.
What are you talking about?
Wow, what a start, guys. All right. Anyways.
2 seconds in, it's already off the rails.
No, off the ropes.
I think we already.
Suicida.
I think we already broke the top rope.
305 live.
305. Alright. Anyways, this is a bunch of rambling nonsense already. I love it. It's great. So, anyways, as I said, Run the Ropes is a social media group. We're going to have various people doing different types of shows, and every voice that you hear here today is not everyone that you will hear as things develop. But with us today, we'll go ahead and do a little circle introduction here. But I will go ahead and introduce someone who's on the other side of the room, and I'm sure her voice will not pick up anyways. And that's B. Marie. You probably only hear her laugh or cough, as she's already done twice. So anyways, without further ado, people who are running shows, start.
Alright, this is R-Dub. I'm the host of the 10 Count. The 10 Count is a top 10 countdown of your favorite wrestling moments, wrestling matches, gimmicks, storylines, entrances, whatever top 10 related you want, I will do. Pretty much it's an interactive show. I want input from everybody. If you like my top 10, great. If you don't like it, voice your opinion. That's the whole point of the 10 Count. Embrace debate.
I'm the Professor. Don't want to be doing The Professor Speaks, a show about wrestling history and also things in modern wrestling that kind of jive with the past or would have worked in the past and would work now. And also the e-fed for the page called Wrestling Ragnarok.
I'm Alan. I do stuff, mostly trying to make Rob or the Professor laugh. And sarcastic remarks, dick jokes. Talk about my deep and abiding love of Kenny Omega. Nothing constructive, nothing useful.
He's also known as the Hater of Headlocks.
Yes, I hate headlocks. It's a long story. Don't ask.
One day we might get to it. We might. And now, this guy. Literally.
I am this guy. I'll be doing this guy's review, or this guy reviews, however, we haven't figured that name out yet. Reviewing Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views, all that stuff. Give my thoughts on whether I thought it was good, bad, ugly. Just have to see. Yeah.
And I don't know if I introduced myself, if If I have, I'm being fucking selfish and doing it
Allow
again.
me to introduce myself.
I am LBJ. Everyone loves a BJ.
He's a media
And-
maniac. He'll adapt.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And he's
Um,
also very selfish.
Anyways,
Hashtag BJ's a dick.
I love it.
We are not PG, as you can tell.
I'm doing the videographer, doing some social media stuff. We have a Twitter account that you can find at Run the Ropes RTR. I'll be doing a lot of stuff there. I won't be the only one there, but
This guy won't.
yeah, this guy will be on it. I'm sure the professor will be making appearances. And I'm sure the Hater of Headlocks will be responding to those.
I feel like
Telling me that I suck or that my opinion is garbage, like he does my personal account sometimes.
And we can do a shameless plug right now. You can follow me on Twitter at RWRTR. Give me a follow. I'll be commenting as well.
In the description for this podcast, I'll be dropping everybody's Twitter names and anything else that they want on where you can find them individually. We're on Facebook at Run the Ropes, YouTube at Run the Ropes, and Twitter at Run the Ropes RTR. I already said that, but we're just bring it back around.
Bring it back.
Instagram is coming, Snapchat is coming, website is coming. All things coming.
That's what she said.
Got
And it's still going. All right. So,
I told you my drummer corrupted me.
anyways, we wanted to talk to you guys today for anyone that is listening on any place that we have shared this, on our profiles, on other pages, whatever, to let you kind of know why we are here. And, that was everybody's description of their own shows. But also why you should be a part of RTR. And I think one of the big reasons is because we're all fans of wrestling. We love different types of wrestling. Some of us hate different types of wrestling. For instance, you just heard me say about death matches. And I can tell you that 2 people in here will tell you everything WWE is a bunch of fucking garbage. Yeah, you're just staying silent. Yeah, I'm giving the eyeballs and like nothing.
It's the Hater of Headlocks, the professor.
But that is, just the Hater of Headlocks and the professor.
Are we that harsh? Yeah, we probably are.
Yeah, we're like the grumpy old men of this thing.
It's not our fault. It sucks. I don't know if it sucks.
And we just speak the truth.
If it was good, it'd be great. I'd love it if it was actually good. It sucks.
Also, quick plug to
PJ sucks.
thanks. Quick plug to another thing that the Hater of Headlocks, the professor, and myself are a part of, the IWS, the Indie Wrestling Society. You can follow that on Twitter as well. I'm sure there will be interactions back and forth between those 2 accounts as well now. But I have to believe that for the first people listening to this, they will know us personally. And they probably know that we are associated or have been associated with other groups. Wanted to let everyone know that's listening, there's no bad beef with any groups. We just had a perspective of things and kind of like a paradigm shift of a direction. And if anything, we just wanted to broaden a community and get the way that we liked things out and work with the things that we are still or were still a part of. So, for anyone who has seen anything, thought anything, or will still think stuff that we are being a rival, that's not the intent.
We have been woken.
It's just to be an ally. But yes.
Rip the joke.
The one thing to say, guys, it's like this. We all have a love for wrestling. That's what brings us all together. Doesn't matter where we're from. The one thing that does bring us together is the love of professional wrestling. We're always going to love it. We're always going to back it. We're always going to come to it and talk about it. That's just one thing about us. That's what we are. We love wrestling.
Exactly. And so now, for anyone who isn't aware of any of those situations and are very confused at the last 45 seconds of this, welcome to Run the Ropes, and we are glad you are with us and hope you continue to deal with all of our ramblings from here until however long it goes after, the second or third person dies and we call it quits. Isn't that how all good bands break up?
Damn, that went dark.
Yeah.
You just went dark.
Yeah.
You pretty much
quick.
just saying you're gonna kill me off right now. I'm the one that's gonna die first. Jeez.
I think he was looking right at you.
He was.
Gotta
Wow.
watch your back now.
All I'm saying is we're going to go until this thing's out of gas and there's no stations around.
Well, we're already there, I think.
I mean, we are filming in parts unknown. Yes, that is
Yeah,
true.
we are in parts unknown.
But, yeah. Damn. Y'all just kind of killed my momentum when you just took it so dark.
What?
I figured like at least Alan over here would enjoy dark humor.
Well, you're just like until one of us ends up like Lemmy from Motorhead.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Oh wow. Well, let's talk about what happened this week in wrestling. Let's just start from there.
Yeah. We can go ahead and start doing that. I will go ahead and say first and foremost, you're probably going to hear some musical entrances, stuff going on our YouTube. We will credit all these sources of things that I've grabbed for the time being, but fortunately for us, we have a pretty great musician who is about to bring us some great quality intros, I am sure, in the future, and then...
No pressure.
They'll suck.
I highly doubt they'll suck, but the great thing about it is with someone, that's a part of this doing that, is, hey, it's free exposure for you for music stuff too, man. Like,
And we don't have to worry about cease and desist letters.
That's right.
Surprise.
But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way, just in case someone hears something and like, I've heard that before. Don't worry, anything that we use is not copyrighted. It is all free license until we are using our own in-house material, which then will be copyrighted, so don't fucking take it.
Hey now. I'm the one recording this now.
You're the one that's going to have the copyright.
Oh
It's
wow.
my shit.
That's right.
We're taking it to a whole nother level here.
Alright, that's all the high level of production shit. Let's get into the guts of what we are going to do on this podcast. And that is talk preferably the week. I think we're aiming for at least once a week to film an episode, if not more. I think we're guaranteed probably once a week. And we'll just talk about everything from Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, and anything
In between.
in between or real out there. We've been to some odd shows.
Very odd shows.
So,
We won't discuss those.
all right.
You mean like the one somebody got hit with a pineapple?
I'm thinking of the one where the guy chucked the bucket into the
Oh,
ring, but he threw it too far and it went over the ring and smacked kids.
Oh,
Or where they just started slinging people into chairs with no guardrails. It like fans sitting in the chairs. Hurt some girl. Got kicked out of that fire department.
Actually, hurt Rob's balls, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah. You went to what? Chair Shot City, right
Yeah.
to the dick.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. So, anyways, let's get started. Should we start? What should we start with, guys? Like
Wrestling.
Ha.
Let's start with the beginning of the week. Let's start with Raw
And ROH.
and
They
ROH.
both start.
Yeah.
So,
Professor, any thoughts on ROH?
Definitely better than the past couple of episodes before that, with not as many shenanigans. So definitely check it out. Really just starting to get some build after Final Battle, which is kind of the end of the year. So
And Dalton Castle's great. Hanging out. The professor looks so skeptical, but it's true.
it is
He's
true.
awesome.
It is true.
It's true.
He's still salty that Cody lost.
I called that. I called that.
well, it's because Cody was dumb and came out looking like Eminem.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Maybe he's
I
just being
didn't like
super
the blonde
sad.
hair.
Bang, bang.
I know you didn't like the blonde hair.
It's
Like,
growing on me now, but I didn't like it then.
I didn't like it at first.
I
either.
just
Yeah.
thought, like, I was thinking as we got closer to the day, and then, like, during the day, I was like, no one expects Dalton to win. No one. Everyone thinks Cody's carrying it for a while, so this is the perfect opportunity to take it off of Cody, because everyone literally thought, oh, yeah, it's the feud, but, like,
They did a garbage build.
yeah, and Cody's gonna carry the belt and be the flag bearer for ROH for a while, and whoops.
Surprise.
Brand new title, brand new champion.
It's weird because Cody having the belt, they had their best year ever. You think they would have ride it out a little bit, but
I think
they didn't.
I think they might be thinking that they can still do that without Cody having the belt, and give Dalton right now the opportunity to be the face bearer until someone, you know, cheats to win it or rips it off of him or whatever, and then
I mean, the guy's a rock star.
I mean, Cody's gonna be around the main event picture there the whole time he's there. I have to assume, you know, until he's on his way out, if he's on his way out ever. So yeah, I mean, I think they've solidified that with him. So maybe that's why they took the risk of not having him with the belt, because you can still have him and he's high profile, and you can make someone else be high profile with the title at the same time. So
But I think we've got another thing that's kind of in the out there department that people should be paying attention to it. And I never thought these words would come out of my mouth, but former Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan is actually giving us a little bit of a formula to help improve some of the things that people have been complaining about with wrestling. And I know a lot of people out there probably haven't caught this yet, but people are starting to take notice, because when I started following it, probably in November, they had like 900 followers. It's now up to over 14,000. But check out the NWA's YouTube channel, where they're doing a web series called 10 Pounds of Gold, which I don't want to have to go through the whole story and feud that they've done here now, but they actually had a really good story build there between Tim Storm and Josephus that led to an empty arena match this past Sunday, which was kind of one of those old school fights that you don't really see now, but definitely worth a watch. So I'll just suggest everybody out there check that out and kind of see what's something that could help improve wrestling today. Maybe kind of give that some momentum so it gets noticed.
Good work, good work.
Yeah.
Have to check that out.
anything else ROH guys?
Not really at the moment.
Anything else NWA?
No.
Okay.
I'm probably the only person in this room that's watched it so far. So
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't yet, but it's a growing thing. I think everyone got their hopes up when people were trying to say that they were going to try to go to TBS, and that immediately for me was like, yeah, okay, because that's going to work. They're not going to TBS. Not this soon. They can't be in talks to put it on this soon with them wanting to change their formula. TBS isn't a network for wrestling right now.
they may be able to get back onto whatever Spike TV is now.
Paramount?
Paramount.
They should just get with the guy who worked for Spike that ran their Twitter and have him run their account to get some attitude to just get an online network somewhere. That guy was vicious. He's great.
Or they should just film something for like the Fight Up or something just to get it
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, I agree. They should do that. Okay, so I guess we get started with Raw.
Oh, Raw.
Oh boy.
Braun Strowman.
You want to start us out?
Well, first off, we start off with Braun Strowman getting fired and raising havoc at Monday Night Raw, destroying everything, lifting a semi. Pretty much just causing havoc.
Air quotes, sorry.
That was so
They
stupid.
can't see it.
Not the air quotes, although that was stupid too. No, and flipping the truck, it's just silly. Raw is not set up to be a really silly show, so the unintentional comedy bits with him don't work.
At least he threw Michael Cole.
That is true.
Well,
That's
Michael
a
Cole
plus.
getting thrown is always a plus.
Raw's not set up to be a silly show.
Not intentionally.
Big Dick Johnson.
Unintentionally, it's very funny often, but no, it's like train wreck funny.
Okay.
DDT is a funny wrestling show.
Okay.
And there is some blow up dolls there.
Yoshiko is a former champion.
Hey,
Show some
let's not
respect.
forget a couple years ago we had little Jimmy, an invisible child
Don't forget
who
Jimmy.
could hit people and hurt them.
Oh yeah, and, DDT has an invisible wrestler too.
Don't forget, Shawn Michaels' tag team partner was God at one time.
That's true too.
Don't forget Hornswoggle eliminated the Miz in the Royal Rumble.
That's a little different.
That's appropriate. That's not- for him.
I disagree, but that's for another day.
Yeah, you're wrong. I think you've established that.
Oh, okay.
But Braun ends up getting rehired at the end of the night, so it just felt like okay,
Why do that?
just cause havoc and get rehired, and then get rewarded with a championship match. Awesome.
I think the reason for that is Stephanie reinstated him, not Kurt, and Stephanie will probably show up at next week's Raw, since it's Raw 25, and
everyone else probably.
tell Kurt that he's ineffective at doing his job, and he was an idiot for thinking to fire Braun, and cause more tension between Triple H and Kurt, leading to a match for them at Mania. I think that was the point of Braun getting fired, is to set up that Kurt can't handle the job of general manager.
Do you really want to see Kurt versus Triple H?
No, I don't,
I
but I
really-
think that's where they were going.
Haven't we already seen that several times?
Haven't we
Yes.
seen that before?
Oh yeah.
2001 Rumble. That's one match.
That one time back in '85, probably.
With Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
and Madonna. It
Yeah.
was way before Nirvana.
Seth Rollins brought back the curb stop, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I saw that. I was like,
Yeah, I legit,
Yeah.
like, Seth Rollins has kind of been boring to me for pretty much most of this year. And I was...
But it's like
Only
2
three
weeks.
songs.
Well, sorry, 2017. Most of 2017 was
I mean,
boring.
the Shield
weeks,
stuff was
yeah.
fun.
I couldn't get back into the Shield stuff. It
I
felt
was.
too forced. And so I just
Well,
really wasn't into him. And that's bad because, like, he's one of my favorite people that I had liked in years past. And the minute he did that curb stomp to Finn, I was like, oh shit, we're back. All right. Like,
A buddy of mine like noticed that like Finn when he went down,
right on the side of it.
he
like,
took he just went dump and I watched it too. I was like, oh, he's gonna feel that one.
he
Tomorrow.
got hit in the head with a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was extremely happy
The
that the
Finn-
curb stomp is back.
Finn and Seth never put on a bad match against each other.
No, they don't.
No. But if we find out that the reason that Finn was acting all weird is because he got a concussion, we also know that they can't be in a match by themselves, because if they do, Finn gets hurt.
Well, technically, you can't say they were by themselves.
I mean, there was interference, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think the ref counts either.
The bar and the club.
And then Jason Jordan.
Fuck Jason Jordan. And that's not even me buying into him being the worst character. I just don't like him.
I liked him when he was with American Alpha.
I didn't like him before American Alpha, and I only liked him in American Alpha because of Chad Gable.
And now look where we are.
Are we throwing salt into Jason Jordan? Is that what's going
I
on?
am.
You throwing salt in Jason? You know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. I kind of like Jason Jordan.
Shun the non-believer.
I kind of like it. And I hate the gimmick of the Angle's son.
Yeah,
They need to abandon.
That should have been Gable anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
agreed.
we were going to go with that angle in the first place, mind you, because
But-
that's dumb.
They shouldn't have gone
I
with that in
just-
the first place.
For some reason, Jason Jordan, he has the look. I mean, he needs to work on his mic skills a little bit. That's just because he got called up too early. But then again, he was with the tag team.
Well, he had different opportunities in NXT
Yeah.
as a singles and as a tag team. He was in a tag team with what's his name from the Street Profits?
Oh, I know which one. I can't think of his name right now. Right on the spot.
Sorry.
That's where
Yeah.
we get Google.
Anyways, he was in a tag team with him. Then he went solo. He was in a tag team with Ty Dillinger. Broke them up. Went solo. Ty took off with the 10 gimmick. And then he was floundering solo again. So they put him with Chad Gable. And that's where American Alpha took off. But it was because of Gable. This is Jason Jordan's first time on the main roster being by himself, but literally having a character to develop, and it's taken a long time. The only redeeming quality I could give him is if he goes full heel instead of this coincidental or accidental heel. If it's good, like if he does it,
Right.
convincingly, I can be like okay with him. But when he does it, because he will do it, if he's just flat, then I'm still done with him, but like even more so, like, okay, you've literally been a face, a tweener, an annoying character, and a bad guy, and you suck at all of them. I don't care if you can throw people around very well. If you don't have someone speaking for you, you can't develop yourself as a person. And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe that's what Chad Gable kind of was for him, but
He's a nice Paul Heyman guy.
he can't do it on his own. I'm almost fully convinced at this point that he can't. That's why I'm against him.
We'll see.
I just, like, he's been given more chances than a lot of people in NXT ever even got.
I agree with you there.
So I just don't know where he's earned it yet.
Guess we're gonna find out here soon.
It's like the only thing on Raw that I agree with Booker T with.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh, this ain't a wrestling match right here. This is a fight. 10 minutes later, this ain't a wrestling match right here. This is a fight. Every match is apparently a fight. We don't have wrestling anymore. They're all fights. This is a fight.
Well, they aren't wrestlers either. It's sports entertainers.
Unless you're the
revival.
Unless you're the revival.
Fuck the revival.
Hey now.
Well, there's a letter.
There we go.
It's already begun.
Anyways, yeah. So after the Jason Jordan, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, that was your main event. Other than that and Braun Strowman, what all did we really cover?
We haven't even talked about Roman Reigns. Thank God.
Does it say we were going to talk about Roman Reigns?
He did Roman Reigns things. He beat the Miz Taraj.
I took a nap.
I can
Yeah.
beat the Miz
Like it was whatever. I hate that they brought the Miz back the way they did last week, and then they
I hate
turned.
that they brought the Miz back.
Yeah,
Just
Hey, there it is.
I like the Miz. I've been a fan of the Miz
Late.
for a long time.
Well,
Back
it's
when he
that-
was doing the dirt sheet with John Morrison.
that goes back with the phrase about you.
Whatever.
I hope the Miz. I want the Miz to win the Rumble.
I don't think he's gonna win.
I don't think he's going to, but I would be happy if he
someone
did.
from SmackDown.
I-
I'm pretty
shit.
sure.
Well, let's get into that in a minute. We've still got time for that one. We've
Yeah,
still got
I
time.
got a little time for that.
All right.
I'd
So,
rather gender one than the Miz.
whoa,
Wow.
whoa,
Really?
whoa.
Really?
All right. Let's backtrack and let's come back to this.
I would rather
Let's-
Enzo. No.
All
I'm
right.
not going that
far now.
Okay. All right. Back to Raw. Back to Raw, guys. All right.
Speaking
Roman
of
Reigns, Miz Taraj, the Miz. I
No
hate
one
how they
cares.
brought him back last week, where like the crowd was actually behind him and cheering him. They made him actually feel, even if people who hate him didn't see it. They kind of brought him back to make him feel like he was a bigger deal than when he was before he left, which is a good thing. That's what you want to do with returning people. He announced that he's going to have his own USA show with Maurice, and then that he was coming for the Intercontinental title. But they made the Miz come off that he still might be a villain or a heel, like sneaky, whatever. But like he wasn't being a coward about it. Like he might actually like fight with Roman Reigns. And then the next week, this past week, he's like running all over the place, doing whatever he can to avoid him, stay away from him, like he's afraid of him. And I'm like,
That's the only way they know how
Not
to
to
do
mention
deals.
he pushed Bo Dallas into.
yeah, it's like if they would have just kept the momentum from this week, like
it would have been a little bit more credibility to the character rather than him always being like some coward. I don't care if he cheats to win and he's a heel. I just don't want him to be afraid of his opponent.
He can cheat to win and be a face if they do it right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But yeah, like when he was doing his United States run all the way the year until he won the WWE title and went to WrestleMania, when he was fighting Orton, when he was fighting, who all did he fight for the U.S. title? Did he fight MVP? Was MVP still there?
No, I don't think he was.
I think wasn't that the year he was leaving. Like he
I
dropped the
think
U.S.
that was-
title and then he was gone.
I think that was the year he was leaving.
So it's like that, and a few other people. He never acted like he was afraid. Sure, he was trying to bend the rules as much as he could, but he wasn't afraid of his opponents. He'd just take the advantage of opportunities.
Right.
But like the last couple of years, he talks like a big deal. He has scenes where he, it gets a lot of attention on it, like the stuff with him and Daniel Bryan. But then you put him in the ring, and he has to act like he's afraid, and I don't get that. Like, just a bad move. Was there anything else noteworthy from Raw? I think it was somewhat of a dull week because Monday's episode is the 25th anniversary.
Coming up. Yeah, it's gonna be a doozy.
I'm just super surprised by Eric Bischoff being back. Like I didn't see that actually.
You hear his theme music kick.
Well, I just like got really upset yesterday because I was thinking about him like coming back, and I was like, oh man, he can't interrupt a segment full of legends and be like, this segment's gone on too long, about 3 minutes too long, because both of them have passed away, and I was like, damn, like, if I wanted Eric Bischoff back on Raw, like, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see him, like, bring out 3 minutes and take out somebody, like...
No 3-minute warning.
No.
What?
What's wrong with 3-minute warning?
What would you rather see Bischoff do being back on Raw?
I would not want him back on Raw, but I don't want 3-minute warning either.
That would be perfect.
I'm curious
I
to
know.
see how they do it, because didn't they say they're going to be running 2 Raws and like at the same time? One in the Barclays Center and then one...
Is it a 4-hour Raw? It's a 4-hour Raw.
I think
With the first hour being on the network.
yeah.
Or no, it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours. It goes from 7 until midnight.
Jesus
Hour
Christ.
1 and the last hour is on the network. And then the normal time for Raw is on USA.
Actually, you know what I would love to have Bischoff do? Come on early and spoil the results of all the matches. That he's doing. See, that one
You
I
don't need to tune into this tonight. In the main event, we have
See, that I would enjoy.
wearing a WCW
Yeah.
t-shirt.
That'd be great. I would enjoy that.
Who would they have send him off then? Like who would get rid of him off the screen? He wouldn't leave on his own.
Braun.
Oh my god.
I actually kind of a laugh at that.
I want that now.
Yeah,
Like
just-
let that happen. That's the next
Let
best
it
thing that
happen.
could have happened, and have Braun throw him in the dumpster, like because he left
Yeah.
in a garbage truck before. So
Yeah,
throw
you-
him back in a garbage truck.
You're gonna
Goodbye.
And then he
Catch
picks it up and
these
rolls it
hands.
over because that's all he's good for is picking up vehicles, apparently.
That is not true. He's also good for running on limos. He's good on climbing out of garbage trucks. He's not very good at dumpster matches.
He's not very good at any kind of matches.
I
I don't
disagree.
know,
He's
it
grown a lot.
It
He's
took
grown
the
a lot
list
as a
a
big man.
long time to get out of that dumpster.
See, he's good at putting people in dumpsters, but just not winning dumpster matches.
So there is a Raw pre-show at 7 o'clock. And then it says special at 11:06. It doesn't say anything what it is, it just says special on the network for Monday.
And is the pre-show on the network as well?
Yeah, pre-show's on the network at 7 and it says 11:06 as special. Doesn't say what it is, it just says WWE special.
How about the fact we're gonna have JR and Jerry calling the action, like for something part of it, I think.
They're doing the, from what I'm understanding,
Manhattan
the
Center.
Manhattan Center.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
But then I was also reading that they were talking about, this could be off the wall, but they were talking about doing like a tribute to Razor Ramon and the 1-2-3 Kid about them having a rematch at the Manhattan Center.
Scott Hall and Sean Waltman in
Yeah.
a ring together
Yeah.
again, wrestling.
That's what,
I'm cool with one half of those ideas, and that one half that I'm okay with does not involve him wrestling a full match. Just maybe one more Razor's Edge.
Oh, I
Does
mean,
Scott even wrestle anymore?
No.
you could probably have like Waltman miss the Bronco Buster and tear his asshole again.
Hey, don't make fun of Waltman. He busted his ass for professional wrestling. Literally.
oh gosh.
Oh, man. I really wanted to make that joke. Ever
He
since
was been waiting for it.
like years. Like, I remember reading the article and being like,
I'm gonna
I guess he
get-
really busted his ass for it. And it was like, I have nowhere to use this. Like,
I gotta save it for the right time.
yeah. Who knew it was right now, right here. There was something that I saw post. This is related to Raw 25, and especially after the countdown that they did last week, that they acknowledged Punk,
They did.
CM
They-
Punk. He
they
was the
did.
number 2 moment of Raw 25 greatest moments.
Unfortunately, he wasn't my number 2 moment. Coming soon.
Throwing in that tease on a tease.
Someone in tease.
Pipe bomb.
Yeah, the pipe bomb. And so, made me wonder, is there any chance that he shows up?
I gotta think it's really slim. He still has a lawsuit out.
I was going to say either that or the Rumble. The only reason that I'm thinking is because they're giving away everything that's happening for Raw 25. They're giving away all the people that's going to be there. But if we know anything about Raw, there's always shocking moments, or else we wouldn't have that like countdown. We wouldn't have all these things. Well, if you're giving away everything, then what can you do to shock people?
Bring back the gobbledygook.
Vince announces that he's done. And that
He announced-
Stephanie and Triple H are officially taken over.
XFL 2.
That's not for Raw. That's some. Get out of here with that.
That's another time.
Yeah.
Another topic for another time.
It's not to say that I'm not okay with him doing that.
I'm just gonna say
saying
that
like
it's gonna
Raw's not the
happen.
time. On that episode.
Yeah. Watch it.
I hope that's not.
I think there's going to be a shocking moment, but I think it's going to be something that's going to be out of left field that we don't expect.
It's gonna be a swerve.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
said
I just-
Punk, because
Yeah.
to me that is the furthest thing
Or
that
what happens.
anyone would normally be like.
Hogan.
But they already issued a statement on Hogan, didn't they?
Could be swerving him.
See, the thing is, too,
But
what they
is
could
Hogan
do-
that big of a swerve anymore? I mean,
It's a swerve within a swerve. It's swerveception.
yeah, but like, who does that swerve serve?
All the Hulkamaniacs.
Ah,
Brother.
Those Hulkamaniacs aren't moving as fast as they used to.
Well, I mean,
Well,
they've been
the
taking their
average
vitamins,
age
so-
of the Raw fan is what, 50?
Yeah, I mean.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something like that. The average age of a Raw fan is like 50 or something.
I
A Raw viewer.
do not believe that. I'm shocked to hear that.
Well, what?
I don't even know.
I've heard it several times.
Yeah, or
It's
it's
a
like,
thing.
or it's like the average median age or something like
It's
that.
something like that, yeah.
Good Lord.
I can't
Yeah.
believe I'm going to do
Most of their
Google
fans,
that.
most of their fans are people who are still
Fact checker
around
R-Dub over
from
here.
back from the Attitude Era.
Yeah, or
He's our personal political.
or guys that watch Hulk Hogan or Bruno Sammartino.
Hey. Let's, Bruno wasn't on Raw.
I'm not talking about Bruno
I
being
know,
on Raw.
but do people still watch because of Bruno?
Well, they're like people that were watching back then that just kept watching.
I guess that's true. I mean, I'm gonna probably watch it till I'm in the grave. So.
I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be run the ropes, watch wrestling till we're in the grave.
We're gonna be going and running the ropes until we need a walker to walk the ropes.
And then just hear the walker clanging against it.
Honest to God,
Alan will
though,
get his walker stuck in the ropes somehow.
Stops halfway to grab the ropes to do an Ultimate Warrior, and as soon as he does it, he just
Hip snaps.
Yep.
Oh, wow. He's not lying, really.
Fact checker says 50.
Did you think I was lying? I don't lie.
That number just
I'm the
seems
I'm the
really
professor
odd.
and he's my minion.
They said it says the demographic shows that 46% of Raw's viewers are between the ages of 45 and 65.
So that's nearly half of what's watching it.
Wow.
And the next age group is 25 to 44.
And what percentage is that?
38.
So that's most of the people.
Most of the people, so young people aren't watching as much.
And then probably 15 of that other 20-some% is the old people over 65.
Actually, over 65 is under 3%.
Oh,
It's,
so we do have
it's
some
kids.
numbers. Okay.
Kids is the next. Wow.
Well-
Hey WWE, listen to the numbers.
Yeah, why are we getting this PG shit?
Well, I mean, I guess parents
Attitude
take
error.
their kids, but
That's true, but I mean, if
I mean, how many kids can say they own a TV when they don't work? They just go to school.
Yeah, but I mean, but they market the like Roman Reigns hand job gauntlet.
Oh God, here we go.
all right,
I think it's
so
a marketing issue, though. The advertisers like the PG.
Yeah, and
That-
you
that
know you
makes sense.
got to get money from Skittles and whatever else.
taste the rainbow.
I will say, if Punk does show up, I would be surprised, but I don't think I would complain about it.
Oh, I'm not gonna complain about it at all.
That'll be the most interesting thing that's happened.
I
since
I
he left.
honestly was upset at him leaving the way that he left. Even
Yeah.
understanding his reasons, I was still upset about it.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I don't wish he was back.
I want him in New Japan.
I just want him somewhere wrestling. Like I don't care
Yeah.
where it's at. It doesn't have to be Raw. Like take him to New Japan. Take him to ROH. Let him come back at the All In event from Cody and the Bucks. Like I don't care. Just as long as he's back in the wrestling ring, Cult of Personality's playing, I'm okay.
He apparently says that he's retired from wrestling.
Yes,
But-
he said that.
Everyone has said that they're retired. How many times has Terry Funk retired?
Probably more times than his age.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
He's like the Kiss of professional wrestling.
And-
Every year is the farewell tour.
And
Like,
I mean, he comes back when he gets tired of sitting on his porch eating Slim Jims and farting. So
Oh wow.
No, I would. If I could see Punk back anywhere, I think it would maybe be Raw. I don't see him at the Rumble. I don't.
And that's a like literal quote from him because he said when he retired, that's what he wanted to do was sit on his porch and eat Slim Jims and fart. And I guess he must be getting tired of that like every time he retires because he comes back.
That's just too bad. He has to get off the floor.
Yeah, his wife makes
but-
him leave.
Lawson, for your point about Punk, I agree. Like it would be more shocking for Raw 25, but I keep thinking like, who's the big name? Who's the surprise person for the Rumble? And I think that like when you
He
hear,
wasn't last year.
huh?
He wasn't last year.
There wasn't one.
So I'm saying, there doesn't have to be one.
Yeah, but that's the exact point. There wasn't
See?
one last year, so I expect one this year.
This
Like,
is where EC3.
but that's the thing. I think that like people leaving and people being signed and the stuff that will happen on NXT the day before, I think EC3 will be there and it will be a shock, but it's not that big of a dent. And I think he's the person that everyone's like, oh yeah, it's going to be EC3. And so they're just like, okay, EC3 is the surprise entrant, and then they're going to swerve you by making you think, okay, EC3, yeah, and he's here, but wait.
They don't really have anybody else to
been
throw
doing
in there.
swerves lately.
Unless it's like
I will
Coco
say
Beware.
that.
It's not going to be Coco Beware.
Well, I mean, Punk's not coming back, so they're just gonna throw somebody else in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been doing swerves. I mean, hell, Jinder Mahal was champion. For crying out loud. So I mean,
Well, that's a swerve.
who
That was a
would-
disappointment.
Bad booking.
That's what I
think that
mean.
was
Like, just
control.
something you would never expect. Like, oh, hey, Jinder Mahal is gonna be champion and beat Randy Orton. Like, what? Really?
Well, I knew when he
It'll
beat
be
Zayn
Bray.
and AJ Styles that he was like, what? Jinder Mahal just pinned them? Nah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
It'll be Bray coming back as Husky Harris.
oh god.
Since you want to talk
Tank
about
with a
AJ,
Ferrari engine right here.
since you want to talk about AJ and gender, let's move
Yeah,
over
let's
to SmackDown.
move to SmackDown. The most boring episode of SmackDown Live in the history of SmackDown Live.
And I never watched it.
Good.
I probably
You did
slept through
yourself
it.
a favor. I have time that I did not get back from my life
You
thanks to this show.
I figured you were used to that kind of stuff.
Not that big of a disappointment.
Like, really?
I figured you were used to losing large stretches of time.
BJ top.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, that can be explained some other day. But, yeah, like 4 matches over 2 hours worth of a show. Your 4 matches involve
2 guys.
2 faces, or 3 out of your 4 matches are 2 faces, 2 heels, like standard booking, but legit heels who aren't
Good yet.
yeah, or won't be. Like, Jinder has go away heat. That's good in some regards for a heel, but in others, it's like boring go away heat. It's not because I hate your character, it's because
You're annoying.
you put me to sleep.
Mojo, I feel like, has time.
He has the same
potential.
heat that JBL had during his title reign. It's
Or
like,
JBL put you to sleep?
yeah, he's like,
Well,
you're
see,
really boring and annoying.
Or he had to go away like Jeff Jarrett had for a while.
yeah. Like with what I'm saying is like with JBL's run and stuff. I remember that. I remember hating the JBL run, but it was I wanted someone to kick JBL's ass and to send him on his way. I don't even want someone to kick Jinder's ass. Like I just don't want him booked. And so like that's the difference. I don't want to see someone beat him. I don't care. Just don't put him on the show. And I'm happy. Like, oh, okay, no Jinder tonight. We already got a better night than this past week's, where he wrestled twice. And one of those was in the most boring main event in the history of SmackDown Live with Bobby Roode.
And that's
Because
sad
they both
because
suck.
Bobby Roode is good.
Well, first Xavier Woods.
Well, yeah, I have no problem with the Xavier Woods Jinder match. The problem was
It was too damn long.
it was long, but they weren't really paying attention much to it. There was like commercial breaks. It was like 3 segments of TV in 34 minutes.
They never pay attention to it. They're always like trying to sell you action figures or subscription to the network or
Pretty much.
whatever else. That damn shark cage ring.
They keep bringing that back. Even at War Games, when they brought it back to hell, I was like, my God, how many shark cages do you need to sell before this thing goes away?
They messed up on the order and thought they ordered like 1 million and it was like 100 million.
So many shark cages.
There's shark cages like 3 times a year now
Yeah,
until they
right?
run out.
And I mean, they're not even have Jim Cornette to put in one.
Ah,
Now that I would like. I would like Jim Cornette in a shark cage.
Or Enzo.
No,
no, we've already seen
we've already
that.
saw that.
And he slid right out like butter.
Too bad he didn't fall.
I need to see Enzo like thrown in a dumpster
Did I
or
say
something.
that? I said
You said
Did I
that.
say that out loud?
You said that.
We were all thinking it.
that.
Oh, Enzo.
My name.
Muscles marinara.
He's got the sauce.
Those
So
freaking
when's Big
SpaghettiOs.
Cass come back? Is the real question.
What is it?
When does Big Cass come back?
Any time now.
We gotta
If
wait.
he's gonna be called Big Cass, I don't think he's gonna be called Big Cass.
What do you think he's gonna be called?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to do the
Wasting
bad,
TV time.
the bad entrance thing like
Ouch.
they did with him the one time,
Big ass.
where it looked like big ass.
Yeah. No.
So here's a question: since Bobby Roode's U.S. champion now, when do they bring Dolph back?
Oh,
Yeah.
next week.
WrestleMania.
No, they set golf next week to
Get his rematch.
have a rematch at the Rumble, or have a match at the Rumble to see who the real United States champion is. Even though he dropped the belt and walked away.
Yeah. That was just like the biggest.
Well, Jim
like,
Duggan will probably just find his in the trash can or something.
be like, oh hey, like I honest to God, when I watched that match with the 3 of them, I thought Bobby was gonna do it, and it's just like, oh hey, Ziggler's gonna win. I'm like, what?
Sort of.
Ziggler won?
Pretty much, we're gonna copy
Yeah,
what
he's
CM
in
Punk
Wednesdays.
did.
Oh yeah.
Except he's not gonna be
Recycle.
gone for 3 to 4 months.
Punk was only
Punk?
gone for like 3 weeks.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had the first week where he, oh, well, we don't have a champion, but we're going to have the tournament to crown a new one.
And then Rey Mysterio, hey, I'm champion. Now you gotta face Cena because he's owed a rematch.
No, that wasn't, he asked for it.
Oh.
He said, well, technically I didn't get my rematch. And Ray's like, yeah, sure, I'll give you one. And then the same night he won the belt, he lost the belt.
Well, and they did that whole thing with Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels back in the day over the IC belt, so.
That's true, too. So,
And they've been doing the same thing since like back in the 50s, so.
They cycle.
Yep.
Doing the best.
but yeah, I say that'll be a Rumble match.
Yeah. Well, they gotta think about like what matches they can put into the Rumble, but if they keep saying how long the actual Rumble matches themselves will be.
We've got two main titles. We've got
Titles.
the tag titles. We've got the women's title.
I don't think
There's no women's title matches.
I haven't heard of no women's title match
No,
yet.
because they've been doing like the whole Absolution Riot Squad shenanigans.
And they've been putting the women towards the Rumble. Which, we'll have some surprise entrance for that.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
have
I'm
to.
wondering. That's the one I'm wondering. Like,
Candice LeRae makes her WWE debut. at the Rumble.
iconic duo.
Probably bring back Wendy Richter.
What?
Surprise entrance.
Karma.
Can she
So-
still wrestle?
Well, she probably can just like run in and get thrown out or something.
So there's 7 matches for the pay-per-view.
Over 5 hours, 4 hours?
Yeah, but like 2 hours of that are going to be Rumble matches.
I mean, there's 2 tag title matches, a cruiserweight title match.
Something's gonna probably get cut.
Yeah, but how many hours is this?
4, 5?
I think it's 4.
Yeah, but see, you can take 2 hours and then jam everything else in the other 2 hours.
Yeah, but
Be some short matches.
Which means the Cruiserweight match ain't gonna be long.
no.
It
Not with Enzo wrestling.
No.
Well, it's not.
No one
It's
cares
not like
about
Enzo
that.
can't go that long or can go that long without
I
screwing
mean,
it up.
that'd be a match that I'd like to see.
So it,
Goldberg versus Enzo, just who can beat the clock? Who can actually wrestle for over 10 minutes?
well, so
Who
far,
knows a move?
He doesn't move.
It's like, what are we supposed to do here?
I think I remember whenever I watched the Brock Goldberg match at Mania, I actually kept a timer of how long that match was gonna be.
Oh,
so
I don't ever want to relive those days.
I think this is a headlock. Am I doing it right?
So they have a list of the Rumble participants now too. There's only 12 entrants for the men's Rumble, and there's 18 for the women's Rumble right now.
Yeah, there were only 19 eligible women on the rosters, or on the main rosters for the Rumble, and it's 30 women. So I knew NXT women, but I figure like we'll probably get Trish Stratus. I don't think we're gonna get Lita because injuries and time.
Beth Phoenix.
I think we'll get Beth Phoenix.
I've heard Molly Holly is a potential.
Yeah, but
You
I
don't
think
remember Karma?
She won't be back.
yeah, I don't think she'll come back.
You don't think?
Nah.
I mean, she has said on Twitter that she wants to close out like that chapter,
WWE, yeah.
but I don't know if they'll do it or not.
Because could you imagine Nia Jax and Karma going?
She's not nearly the size that she was now, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'll bring some Mae Young classics, like I said, Candice, and maybe
The Hand.
Shayna, Kyrie.
The Hand.
who's the Hand?
Mae Young Classics.
He was a boy. He can't be in the female Rumble.
I mean, then there's the
Shout
Rumble.
out to Mark Henry, actually retiring, by the way. You mentioned the Hand.
Did he?
Well, I mean, he didn't World's Strongest Slam anybody this time.
He went out.
But that's the
It
way.
maybe that's their surprise Rumble entrant. Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Somebody's backstage getting ready to come out for the Rumble, and Henry just picks him up. I got a lot left in the tank, and comes out instead of them.
Yeah.
It's Curtis Axel again.
Yeah. Or Big Show will come back looking like King Kong Bundy.
Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt are in the Rumble too.
Yep.
Hmm.
But
I wonder if Matt will use like Vanguard 1 to push somebody over the rope.
he should.
Genius.
He should.
Genius.
Oh man. Oh, that's great.
You know, like you can't quite get him over, and then Vanguard comes and helps.
Bumps into him,
Yeah.
knocks him the rest of the way out. I like it.
It's great.
Book it. But yeah, I figured we get some Mae Young Classic competitors in there too.
And probably Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey. She was on the poster initially.
And
Someone
probably
took it down. Yeah, Shayna will probably show up. But
isn't Shayna in that NXT match against Ember Moon?
yeah, but Kevin Owens wrestled a main event
That's
at
true.
Brooklyn, and then the next night was on wrestling John Cena, wasn't he? Wasn't that? Wasn't it SummerSlam that he wrestled Cena?
Yeah, it was.
We don't know.
It was SummerSlam.
And it was the night before he lost the NXT title to Finn Balor
Okay.
in a ladder match.
Well, no, he had the NXT title when he fought Cena and beat
The
him.
first time. I'm
first
talking the
time.
very last match
Oh,
when it was
yeah,
for
yeah,
Cena's
yeah.
United States title.
Oh yeah.
He had dropped the belt the night before to Finn in a ladder match. So, I mean, yeah, she could do that even if she's booked the night before. One entrant that I don't think anybody is ready for, and I kind of want to see, especially if Beth Phoenix comes back, Santina Morello.
No.
You know that's not gonna happen.
No.
I want it to happen so
No.
bad. I want it to be like Santino, that as soon as he came in, they eliminated him and he got the record. But I want that to be the record for the Women's Rumble, that it was Santina. So he has both the men and women's records.
I just want to see if like they actually did have him come back, just have Jim Cornette come back, smash him with a racket.
But I do. I hope that they just be like, what the fuck? Santina?
No.
Yes, I want that. I want that.
I will get up and walk out of wherever I'm watching the Royal Rumble at.
Why?
What about Vicky Guerrero?
I'd rather see Vicky
Kelly
Guerrero
Kelly.
than Santina.
Why? What do you
No.
have against Santina?
No. We're trying to push women forward. No.
It's not pushing him backwards. If you bring him out and he's dressed up and all right, how about this?
It's 2018. You can't judge or assume his gender.
The next entrant is Santina, and on his way down to the ring, Beth Phoenix or somebody takes him out and doesn't give him his spot. They take his spot, so therefore he's not even in the Rumble.
Nah.
He was just walking down the ramp.
I'm good. Nah.
No,
Sorry on that one.
it cheapens the whole thing by
Yeah.
doing a man and first women's
I
round.
mean, might as well go get Ellsworth while
The
you're at
first Women's Money in the Bank, a man won it.
I know, and it ruined the whole
It
thing.
did.
it. They had to have
Quit
another
screwing
match.
stuff up.
It's WWE.
I know, like, fucking things up is their motif. It's what they do. But, like, let's not root for them to destroy this. Let it be a thing.
Well, but
Let them try to make it good. They will fail, but let them try.
but if we expect them to do something that will fuck it up, maybe they'll fuck up what they're purposely doing to fuck it up, and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be like a double fuck up to
Well,
fuck
Two
up.
fuck ups don't make it right, Ron.
Yeah, let's reverse psychology then. Exactly, yeah.
So Santina, yeah.
No.
No.
I tried.
Oh.
Well, but see, they can have Santino show up and show him backstage, and that can be their idea. But he can actually make Braun mad, and Braun will chuck him in a garbage truck, and he won't be able to come out as Santino.
Oh my goodness. No.
Santina Morello, what are you doing back? Oh, I'm here to cheer on my sister. She's going to join the Rumble tonight. And then Braun takes him out, and you never see
You
Santina.
gotta catch these hands.
Catch these hands.
Yes. All right. So, that covers Raw, SmackDown. Before we get to, I think we can go ahead and do the Rumble winner predictions. Not necessarily run down the whole card yet. We got a whole week for that.
Sorry.
Well, there's another cease and desist letter.
We are now officially banned from airing this on Facebook or YouTube. Copyrighted sounds.
Well, if we were in the middle of, like, fucking nowhere and I had a signal, I'd be alright. It's killing my battery.
Parts unknown, man.
Or parts unknown.
It's like the taint of parts unknown. You know? It's not in the middle of it.
Rumble.
It's like,
well-
who do I know that lives out in the middle of nowhere?
Before we get into those, I want to interject. Do we have any New Japan news?
Nothing from like this week, but Jay White joined Chaos. He's going to face Kenny for the U.S. title.
Reasoning was sound, but I hate that he joined a faction.
Well, the way that New Japan books, you kind of have to be a part of something. Like the Lone Wolf thing just doesn't really work because most of their undercard stuff is multi-man tags, so you got to fight with somebody. And
yeah, but with Chaos, they're generally faces, so like
they are.
How is he gonna wrestle like he just did against Tanahashi and what's his name, the young boy who's extremely I can't remember his name.
Kitamura.
Yeah, how is he gonna wrestle styles like that when he's gonna be in a good faction? He wrestled very heelish throughout both those matches. And I really liked it. I liked the change of style from him to kind of fighting dirty. How's he going to do that now?
Apparently he's still going to be a dick.
I hope so. Because I do like the Switchblade gimmick. I really do like that with him.
He's growing into it. I think it'll be good. But, I mean, he already said he's not going to be like a normal member. He's planning on going after Okada's belt eventually. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's even going to be something that lasts a long time.
Or if it's a temporary alliance.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be more temporary. But we'll see.
Anything else?
Nothing. I don't think there's anything really hasn't been announced recently, but Suzuki's going to face Tanahashi, and I think Suzuki's probably going to win that just because Tanahashi's beat all to hell, and he needs time off. I mean, everyone thought Jay White was going to take that match and give Tanahashi some time to rest, but he didn't. But it was understandable, I guess, because as great as Jay is, he's not over enough yet in his new game.
Yeah, he's still new.
I mean, they're still just introducing Switchblade Jay White. So I don't know. Honestly, I like Suzuki, but I don't really want to see him as the IC champ. I mean, I didn't really enjoy his never title reign.
I enjoyed the last match of his never title
reign. The last
reign.
one was great.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still like thinking back at Wrestle Kingdom. I loved the Suzuki Goto match. Like it's one of my favorites.
His one-on-one matches are good, but it's just 90% of his matches have interference with Suzuki-gun, and it just makes things annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that was the whole point of Suzuki-gun.
To be annoying.
Yeah. Tai Chi. Hey, wait. I gotta ask you, since you were hating on him earlier, Tai Chi or The Miz? Who would you prefer?
Tai Chi.
What? That's crazy to me.
No, I think Tai Chi's better.
He's like a more buff Asian Eric Bischoff.
What a way to describe the guy.
Have you seen Tai Chi? Have you watched him in the ring?
I've never really watched him in the ring. I've seen.
Watch an Eric Bischoff match where he's dressed up in his gi. Watch a Tai Chi match. You'll be like, holy crap.
Yeah, they both have go away heat. Like Tai Chi's the only person in New Japan that has go away heat. Like they cheer for everyone. They love all the heels except Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have heat.
Well, it's like they say it all for him.
Yeah, when he walks out,
they boo Suzuki, but they're too afraid.
They kind of boo him, but they also love him because he's great.
He'll kill you.
Yeah, I mean, like you don't sing his theme song because he's going to kill you unless he's standing right in front of you.
He's standing right in front of you.
There you go, standing right in front of you.
I'm so glad I didn't have him slap my chest.
Oh, I wanted that to happen so bad. I still do.
Yeah, it's because you pussed out.
He did. I mean, Suzuki might have done it too, you know?
Yeah,
he has a really good sense of humor, I think.
He'll smack you and it's been like stupid American.
I feel a goal for 2018.
Yeah. If he comes back next World of Worlds, he needs to chop you.
Take it like a man.
Man up.
Yeah.
You always say that. All right, I'll take one if you take one.
If I'm there with you, I'll take it with you. I will take it with you.
deal. First episode already has a.
And I will
bad
watch
wager
and provide
going
moral support. Because pain hurts and I don't like it.
I'm just gonna laugh my ass off.
I'll take
We
one
will
for
film
the
it.
team.
We will put
We
it
will
on.
film it. Yeah, there we go. We will film it and put it on the channel.
All right. So
Did you see the? I don't know if I. Did you see the video clip I sent you with Tens on? They measured the force of his chop, and it was roughly the same as a bat. They had one of those impact detectors,
Yeah.
and they had somebody hit it with a bat, and they had Tens on chop it. It was roughly the same.
I don't believe that. I mean, I know that's the joke, but wow.
I don't know if it's true or not. They weren't playing it as a joke. We'll see. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, that's because he's so
No,
fast.
No, you're thinking of the other guy. You're thinking
Oh,
of Kojima. Does the
yes,
little
yes,
mini chops.
that's what I'm thinking of. Sorry.
No, the guy he usually teams with.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But yeah.
okay.
And Ryan's like
That's kinda
rethinking that decision now.
Yeah, he's like, oh god, I just agreed
I'll
to get
still
chopped
take-
by Minoru Suzuki.
I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, Suzuki's legit. He was,
I know he's
MMA
legit.
guy.
I know he's legit.
He would chop your
I might
spine
wanna-
out to your chest through. Chop your back to your chest.
I might
Yeah.
need to make sure my
I can't even say it. He scares me so much.
need to make sure my health insurance is
All right.
intact.
Anything else New Japan?
It's Japan and it's new.
Okada's gonna face Sonata in a meaningless throwaway match because apparently Okada's never going to lose and he's just gonna retire as champion.
That's not true. Another day we will bring this discussion back up, but
Yes.
Okada will lose it
Who's he
one
gonna
day.
lose to? There's literally
To
no
someone
one
you
left.
least suspect, which is why
They
you will
don't
keep
do that.
watching.
They don't do that. They don't have like weird bullshit.
Like
No,
Toriano.
I don't mean that. Oh my god, if Toriano fucking wins, I will quit watching New Japan.
Tai Chi's champion. But he's run through every one of the main contenders. He ran through quite a few of the upper mid card.
But that's
There's nobody
all right.
left.
I guess this discussion's here. That's the point. The point is you're going to keep watching to wonder, is this the night? Are they really going to put the belt on this guy? Is this the guy that's going to beat Okada? Or someone that you really want to? Oh my god, this could be their night. This could be them doing it. And
Nope.
that's what makes you to keep watching.
No,
Nope.
I've lost my
Nope.
hope now.
Nope. And then eventually,
Naito should have won. It was Naito's time.
Kenny should have won.
That's true. Kenny should have
All
won.
right. So,
But
but they didn't,
Uh,
and they
but
told a
the
great
only thing-
story with it.
the only thing that made the Kenny loss palatable was Naito. It's like, okay, it's going to be Naito then. So they do this huge build up. Naito finally gets his shot, and they fuck him. And now there is no one left. He's
Sometimes
facing
you-
Sonata.
Sometimes you just gotta change positions and enjoy it out.
Brother,
The professor has spoken.
Words of wisdom from the professor, which I probably won't take. But yeah, there's nobody left. It's all reruns at this point.
sometimes reruns are still good.
You
But
see
you don't
things
get
you
excited
didn't-
for them.
You see things you missed the first time.
That's right.
He's faced them all numerous times.
He's only faced Cody once, right?
Yeah, but Cody's not really a top tier guy. in
He
Japan.
wasn't ready.
And like,
You got like 3 little voice things that happened the entire one, and like this has been like the longest gap since you said the second one.
She's like,
He wasn't ready.
it's like the ghost of wrestling's future or something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, oh that was great. Anything else New Japan related?
Roppongi 3K is getting the rematch against the Young Bucks, which is weird because they don't usually do immediate rematches. But it just kind of goes to show how thin their junior tag division is.
They need to
They've got
rush
nothing.
it up.
So then maybe they're having the Bucks lose and they win it back so they can beat Michael Jordan some more.
What?
Oh, you don't know about the Bucks winning, and
Well, he doesn't follow that.
they
at all.
they hung their jerseys because they
They
won
won-
it 7 times.
Yeah, they won more championships than Jordan has.
Yeah. during their 6th time, they like kissed the titles, like the trophy, and were celebrating like the 6th championship with Jordan. Now this is the 7th, so they hung their jerseys. They had a ceremony and everything.
They did. I wish everyone could see the look on the professor's face right now.
They really did. They had a share. I'll share it to you. I'll share it to your profile.
He is
I'll send it to
aghast.
you.
He's done. He wasn't ready.
ready.
Oh, do you need a second?
Oh, he's about to cry.
He might.
His mind just almost exploded.
Mind blown.
Yeah, they're the 7-time.
That's probably like right up there with like in my top 10 list of like most asinine things I've ever heard.
They've won him a record 7 times.
Yes, the only people ever to do that.
That's right. Not Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan never even won it once.
And he actually only won 6 championships.
Well, and you never saw Ric Flair actually go ride Space Mountain when he won the title.
I beg to differ. I am sure there are a few people
I'm
that probably saw him in the back riding Space Mountain after he won a title.
I'm sure of that.
You might have not saw it, but I am sure there are people that have saw Ric Flair on Space Mountain.
Well, I'm meaning the actual ride, not Ric Flair being Space Mountain.
No.
I'm sure there were people on Space Mountain while he was on Space Mountain.
Yep.
They just didn't film him back then because, that's pre-internet.
His
Bam.
his mustache might have been as white as his hair. And Flair doesn't have a mustache.
Whoa.
What is going on?
There's this.
All right. Back.
What's with you taking things to weird places tonight?
We're in parts unknown.
It's like BJ realm.
I took
the realm
you
of BJ.
to a place, a weird place. I take you to the middle of nowhere. College Hill.
I mean, I thought I was going to get attacked by like a redneck and a meth head clear out here, but it didn't happen.
Yet.
Instead, you're about to find the bear who's addicted to meth outside.
Yeah, they're sniffing the cars. Like, that's so...
All right. Anyways, let's get back to this. Let's close this thing out. The Rumble, men and women's. Who are your predictions? Arda.
Oscar wins the women's, and the men. Nakamura.
B. Marie.
I don't even know.
There's a rumble.
Well, I was.
What's the Rumble?
I was expecting her to say, "Fuck WWE" or something, but
I agree with Oscar winning the women's.
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
who for the men?
Oh.
I won the Rumble.
I mean, I will say this. I think this is probably a lot of people that know me. I think this is probably the one Rumble where I'm not completely sure. I'm not sure. If I had to put my money on it, I'm going to say Nakamura. But any other year, I could say I'm dead set. This year,
Well, we know
I can
it's going to be
flip-flop.
someone from SmackDown because we all know what's going to be the main event for the Raw side of the title at Mania.
unless they want Roman to win it, go that way. I hope not.
Ew.
I mean,
Culture.
I would guess they're going to go Nakamura so they can have AJ Nakamura. It'd be like their only chance to have a decent match.
Oh, and they're going to too. Apparently, AJ, since he's a Vince guy, AJ has been riding Vince to say, "Let us do it in, like the New Japan style, not the WWE style of a match."
I don't think the fans can handle a New Japan style
It's
match.
It would kill some of those
Like Strong
WWE
Style?
fans.
Vince is
Yeah.
still alive. That's
I don't
That
know.
might kill him,
I don't
though.
know. The way that they have said that Vince has taken to AJ, if AJ is really pushing it that hard,
he might
he
listen.
might let him do it.
Well, hopefully, that would be fun.
Might make things interesting.
If they even had a match close to the Wrestle Kingdom match, that would, that might even change the way that WWE does booking it from the response to that. I'm not saying all over. I'm just saying there might be a few things where we can actually get more in-depth matches.
You're smoking that opium, BJ.
The opium. The opium. I like
wow.
that. I like that.
Well, BJ's been drinking drugs. But it would be great if at least on big matches on big shows, they'd actually let people actually wrestle. That would be fun.
What's this wrestle you speak of?
It's the thing that other promotions do. They're actually wrestling promotions and not sports entertainment.
So they're actually going to let him do something besides sports entertainment.
Yeah, like sometimes they do like more than 5 moves over and over again. It's like fucking amazing.
It's the damnedest thing.
Who was your woman?
Oh, probably Asuka. I really don't know.
Yeah,
Probably something stupid.
This guy.
I'm going Asuka Nakamura. I mean, Nakamura's where my money's at, but honest to God, I don't know if as far as like the men's rumble, but we know it's going to be someone from SmackDown, so it's Nakamura's got to do it.
I mean, they got all that awesome Japanese talent. Let's put them over.
Watch Asuka wins the rumble but loses at Mania. Like, what?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Professor?
Sasha said she needed somebody else like a 10-pound bag of potatoes. And then,
In somebody else's career.
yeah, and then we'll have, I'm going
That's
to go
a
with
good
Roman because, hey, you got to keep pushing him.
I don't think. If that's the way they get Roman set up versus Brock, I would be very disappointed.
Okay, so initially I've been saying Nakamura, so I'm just going to throw out a wild card there since everybody was going Nakamura or Roman, and I'm not going to go Roman. Baron Corbin.
There you're smoking the hopium again.
And I mean, what's he doing right now?
I mean,
Losing his hair.
I kind of forgot it.
I resent that. Fuck you, Professor. Fuck you.
You already lost it. You don't have to worry about it now.
What?
No, honestly, now that I really think about it, I can see it, you know? I mean, that'd be the one that, like, oh, hey, we don't think he'll win.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't win. He's in no way ready.
I hope he deep sixes himself over the top rope.
I like Baron Corbin. I like Baron Corbin.
He's been growing on me. At first, I didn't like him when he came up, but he's slowly been starting to grow on me.
I was okay with him in
has improved a
NXT.
lot.
Yes.
But he's not there.
I was
Not
okay
even
with
close.
him in NXT when he got called up. He did nothing, and he was showing that he shouldn't have been called up so early. Now he's gotten better, and then he got that kick-ass theme song, so that only helped his case for me.
It's like the theme song. That's all he is.
No, that's not all he is.
You didn't even
He
like
just
his
looks
theme
like-
song.
I did.
His mic skills are getting a little better.
He just looks like some guy that you're going to see, like, walk out of the liquor store with 2 slurricanes and
Hurricanes.
ask some woman he sees in the parking lot if she wants to go party.
Do you think he looks like someone who'd hang out with Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, basically. It's like, hey ladies, you want to party? We got some illicit drugs and alcohol and some puppies in the back of the van.
Some puppies.
Wow.
That's how BJ
But-
picks up his chicks.
Nah. I don't think it was that way. I don't think it was that way.
I don't know, she's shaking her head.
She admits it. It's okay.
Anyways.
Got some puppies, that's all you need. I never eat, he just makes me cocaine all the time.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Interesting soundbite. Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, now we know why it took so long for BJ to get that green screen.
Oh my god, I'm just trying to wrap this up, guys. I'm just trying to wrap this up. Alright, so Baron Corbin was the wild card. For the women's rumble, I think Becky Lynch is going to win it.
I like Becky. I wouldn't mind.
I think it's going to force Charlotte versus Becky. They're great friends, and it's going to force a competitive rivalry where Becky ends up turning heel again. Like she did in NXT.
I would kind of be okay with that. It'd be something
She's a
different.
sleeper. To me, she's a sleeper pick. Like, she just came back from the injury. She's good guy. She's in with the good guys. That's all she's really doing right now. So she's good enough to be a champion. She's been one. She's good enough to put on a really good match.
I think she's better than Charlotte. Actually.
And everyone thinks Asuka's going to win it. If Asuka loses the Rumble, she doesn't lose her streak. She just got thrown over the top rope.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
So-
not her losing the streak, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
what if she doesn't make it to the ring and she doesn't actually lose?
Also valid.
Santina Morella taking out Oscar. No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
Just no.
No.
You keep
No.
trying.
I know.
You can't do
You're
this.
beating
Stop
a dead
trying to
horse.
make fetch happen. Fetch is not happening.
What?
It's for Mean Girls.
Have you not watched Mean Girls?
No, and that's not what this podcast is about. So we're gonna go ahead and end it,
Okay, so
guys.
What?
We are Run the Ropes. You can find us on Twitter again at Run the Ropes RTR. Our Facebook Run the Ropes officially launches. Our Facebook group officially launches on Sunday. You can join us there. We will have an Instagram on Sunday. The YouTube will start on Sunday. Like, subscribe, comment, talk with us, join our discussions. We are aiming to just talk a lot of wrestling and,
Inappropriate jokes.
well, as you can tell by this podcast, yeah. But
It's a
yeah,
pizza party.
it's
What
the
do you
pizza
expect?
party. That's right. We're all right. Full circle. All right. We've been Run the Ropes. I hope you haven't been annoyed, and if you have,
Keep
well,
listening.
keep listening.
It's only
gets
going to get
worse.
worse.
And as always, run with us.